The following content is based on real events that occurred in UK academia. UK university avoids breach of sanctions in near-miss incident. A postdoctoral researcher at a UK university had hoped to collaborate with their former PhD supervisor, but the proactive identification of export control concerns and UK sanctions meant that the risks were identified at the outset. This allowed both them and the university to avoid legal issue and reputational damage. The postdoctoral researcher, who obtained a PhD in advanced materials from an overseas university, currently works at a prestigious UK institution and has been conducting extensive research into the application of graphene as a protective material. Keen to collaborate, the postdoctoral researcher reached out to their former PhD supervisor at the overseas university, who is an expert in the application of graphene as a construction material. Eager to be involved, their former PhD supervisor emphasised that to understand the UK project's requirements, the full research, aims and findings would need to be shared. Luckily, before any data exchange, the postdoctoral researcher consulted with their institution's professional services team. The team helped them navigate the university's collaborations policy, which required consideration of UK export controls and sanctions. Through this process, it was established that due to the potential dual-use application of graphene as a protective material, the research would be subject to export control. It was also discovered that the overseas university was subject to UK sanctions. Recognising that the collaboration couldn't go ahead, the postdoctoral researcher informed the UK university that whilst there had been contact with a sanctioned university, no intellectual property had been transferred, and they would seek alternative partners with which to continue their research. What can we learn from the researcher's story? The researcher was right to flag this potential international collaboration with their institution. Identifying potential research security risks and complying with UK legislation as well as institutional policies is a key part of protecting your research. Working with research offices or professional services helps to ensure that legal obligations are upheld and institutional policies and processes are followed. These teams can also provide advice on how to report and record interactions that may be a concern. Graphene as a protective material falls under the Export Control Order 2008. Use of graphene in body armour is also listed on the UK government's consolidated list of strategic military and dual-use items requiring export authorisation. The Department for Business and Trade's goods checker tools can help to determine if technology is subject to export control. Since the tool is primarily designed for goods, it is always beneficial to discuss requirements with the research office or professional services. The UK government can impose various sanctions on individuals, organisations or countries, so sanction lists must be consulted before transferring goods, technology or knowledge. Researchers should be alert to the use of third-party countries in international collaborations to circumvent UK sanctions. The Trusted Research Collaboration Checklist can be used to assess the level of risk incurred by a potential collaboration. What did the researcher do to reach this positive outcome? Notify their institution of the proposed collaboration at the outset. Conducted open-source due diligence with the assistance of their research office, regardless of their prospective collaboration partner being personally known to them. Sought the advice of their research office on export control requirements for the topic of their proposed project. Checked the UK sanctions list to identify whether any individual or institution involved had been designated. Need more information? Speak with the team at your institution responsible for research security and visit the NPSA Trusted Research website.